All right, the AI boom is, well, it's absolutely everywhere, right? It feels like a brand new gold rush. We're seeing fortunes made overnight, entire industries getting flipped on their head, and a whole new lineup of titans is taking the stage. But under all that hype, there's a really intense race for who's actually going to run the show. So who is winning?
I mean, when you peel back all the layers, the flashy product launches and the fancy press releases, who really holds the power? We're talking about the money, the infrastructure, the keys to the future. That's the big question we're tackling today. And let me tell you, the answer is probably not what you're thinking.
And believe it or not, the answer is hiding right here, in this chart. Now, at first glance, this just looks like a list, right? The top 20 AI companies ranked by how much they're worth. But trust me, buried in these numbers is an absolutely startling story about where the power in AI really is.
Okay, so let's start at the very top of the list. Because the scale of wealth we're about to see, it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around. Welcome to the $1 trillion club.
And at number 1 is NVIDIA. I mean, no surprise there, right? These are the folks making the chips, the actual hardware that powers this whole AI revolution. And for that, the market has basically said, here, have $4.46 trillion. Just let that number sit with you for a second. Trillion.
Then, right behind them, we've got Alphabet, Google's parent company. Their huge bets on AI have paid off, pushing them way past the $4 trillion mark as well. Just incredible.
And rounding out the top 3, you have Apple. With their big push into Apple Intelligence, they've solidified their spot right at the peak, also coming in at nearly $4 trillion. So think about that. Just those 3 companies. The amount of wealth concentrated right there is just mind-boggling.
So here's the first big takeaway. When you step back, you see this super exclusive club. There are 6 of them: NVIDIA, Alphabet, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, and yeah, Tesla. Every single one of them is worth over $1 trillion. This is the absolute summit, the peak of the AI mountain.
But honestly, the craziest part of this whole list isn't who's at the top. It's what happens the moment you look past them. There's a power gap here that is so extreme, well, you just have to see it for yourself.
Let me put it this way. After you pass these titans, there is a massive, massive drop. And I'm not talking about a gentle slope here. I mean a sheer cliff. And this chart, wow, it shows that cliff perfectly. Look at this. The average value of the top 3 companies is over $4 trillion. Now compare that to the companies ranked just a little lower, like spots 10 through 12. Their average value plummets to $86 billion, with a B. And the companies at the bottom of our top 20 list, just $7 billion. It's not even the same sport, it's a completely different universe.
Okay, if you need one single statistic to blow your mind, here it is. Just look at the gap between number 6 on the list, Tesla, and number 7, Oracle. That gap by itself is almost $1 trillion. Think about that. One step down the list is a drop in value bigger than the entire economy of most countries. It's not a spectrum. It's a 2-tier system, plain and simple.
So this incredible concentration of power, it's not just about which company has the most money. It's also geopolitical. When you start looking at where these companies are from, the story gets even more lopsided.
Just take a look at this. Out of the top 20 AI companies in the world, 16 of them are based in the USA. 16! That's 80%. You've got only 3 from China and 1 from Israel. The sheer numbers here are just, well, they're overwhelming.
And it gets even crazier when you look at the money. It's not just about the number of companies, it's the financial firepower they have. So, those 16 US companies on the list, their combined value is almost $20 trillion. The 3 Chinese companies, their combined value is $104 billion.
So, okay, we've gone through all this data. What does this one simple-looking chart actually tell us about the world of AI? Well, for me, it really boils down to 3 huge takeaways. First off, the wealth concentration is just extreme. You have a tiny, tiny handful of companies that are worth trillions of dollars, while pretty much everyone else is playing an entirely different game. Second, that creates a really clear 2-tier system. You have the titans, and then you have everybody else. And third, when you look at the global picture, this AI race, right now, is being dominated by the United States. And not just by a little bit, but by a massive, massive margin.
So that's the landscape of AI today. Power is unbelievably concentrated. The playing field is anything but level, and the scale of money involved is just astronomical. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question to chew on. If this is where we are today, what happens to the rest of the world when one of these companies becomes the first to hit $10 trillion?